Oh man, do we got a big list of books today for the final order cutoff books of interest. You want to see all of them? You need to stick around. Welcome back, family. I'm Rich, and this is Team Ohana, and we're going to be looking at this week's July 22nd's final order cutoff books of interest. Now, again, for those of you who are new to the channel, what do I mean by a book of interest? Any books that I want you to make sure that you know is on the final order cutoff. So I try to point out any number ones. Anything that's a new series, whether it's a mini series, a one-shot, a crossover, anything that's got that number one on it that you might want to just see, hey, let me see what this new series is. There it is for you. I point out the number twos for you. Maybe last month you picked up the number one, you read it, went, you know what, this is a pretty good book. I think I want to continue reading it. So as a courtesy, I pointed out all the number twos. Annuals, giant size, king size books, okay? If you have a subscription to Spider-Man, okay, and that means you're going to get 12 issues for 12 months. When the annual comes out, that is not included in your subscription. So I point out all these books so this way, if you want them, and sometimes they have, first appearances or something, you can put it on your pull list to make sure that you get that copy. There's really cool artwork that's associated. I try to put that up here also. And let me see, if there's second printings, third, fourth, 12th printings of a number one, I know there's a lot of people out there that love collecting those multiple printings. I put those up for you too. And the last thing is if there's anything that's like if I know of, first appearance, it's something specific that happens in the book that may affect its collectability or its readability. I try to put those up there for you as well. If I miss anything, please, I really would appreciate, drop it down in the comments down below. Hey, you missed talking about this book, it's the first time that Put it down there. It's not just for me, it's for everybody else that watches the video, that reads the comments. They can benefit from your knowledge. And also, if the book winds up going through the roof, you get to say, you know what, I told them to buy that book 3 years ago, and you can check the video comments down below. I was the person to call it. Come on, man, fame and fortune. Well, fame anyway. All right, so I got a pretty big list today, man. I'm sorry for missing last week. Just sometimes life intrudes. But we're going to get this one right off the bat. I got a really, really big list and some really interesting books, some good covers, a lot of DC this week. I got to give them credit. So let's start taking a look at this. There we go. Starting right off with Image Comics, we have Domain number 2. There's that courtesy reminder that I told you about. If you liked number 1, one that looks like this, sitting right here on top of my desk here, and you want to get number 2, don't forget to put it onto your pull list. Now I'm going to start deleting these things as I go. I did a sound check already. I learned. From Boom Studios, we've got Berserker, The Lost Book of B, number 1. Now this is a $10 book. I just try to point out the books that are a little bit higher in price, so it gets sticker shock. And just blindly go on and pick it up. But if you like the original Berserker series, this one is also written by Keanu Reeves. You might want to add this to your pull. And just like the first one, there's a ton of covers. No buy 10 million covers and you get a Keanu Reeves autograph book. I think they left that one out. To my knowledge, at least I don't see it on the pull list. From Booster, okay, we also have Power Rangers Infinity number 1. So all you Power Ranger fans, you know who you are. Make sure you get yourself a copy of that. From Boom Studios, we have Sir, number 1 of 5. First line says, get ready for your new obsession, motorcycle jousting. And I was like, that could be good, but it's a 5-part series. Let's see how that does. Moving into DC, and okay, this is just a cover that I thought was really cool, and I'll tell you what, this is a Action Comics 1068. This is a cover D, the Frank Cho, and this kind of reminds me of like the old-fashioned, nostalgic covers that you saw back in the 40s, where it'd be like Batman, Robin, and Superman playing baseball. So you're never going to see this inside the comic book, but it just had that. It's like a newer artwork with full color palettes with the old-fashioned. I thought it was a cool cover. Just wanted to share it with you. It's a cover D. We have DC versus Vampires World War V, number 1 of 6. We've got a 6-part series. And this is the cover A, but, I'm sorry, cover of the week, absolute cover of the week is this one. Steve Besh, the cover B. Oh my God, that's good. Oh my God, that's good. I've ordered multiple copies. That's one of the books I'm giving away on New Comic Book Day when that one comes out. So, wow. Dude, when I was scrolling through, I'm like, oh my God, that looks good. Love it. We're almost to the point where the Comics Code is going to start knocking on these doors going, guys, you can't do these kind of books. All right, from the Vault of DC, Death in the Family, Robin Lives, number 2. This is the alternate story that if they had voted for Robin to live back in the day, this would have been the one that they published. So if you are enjoying the story and you want to find out exactly what would have happened, book number 2 is up there. This is your reminder. Gotham City Sirens. Number 2 of 4, and this is the cover A, and it's got Jackpot on the guy's back saying "Giddy up." Swing. Anyway, wow. And there's a bunch of different covers in this one too, but actually I think the cover A is the coolest. House of Secrets, number 92. For all of the people just like me that can't afford an actual original, real one, first appearance of Swamp Thing, you've got your facsimile coming out, and also just because we're better start getting ready to see the entire comic market inundated with Beetlejuice. We got the sequel of the movie coming out, so there is a facsimile alternate. Now this is, I can get this one a little bit. Okay, it's a facsimile that's not a facsimile, but it stays true. It's an homage, at least, to the first one. When they go completely off and just make a completely different cover for a facsimile, it doesn't make sense to me. This one's kind of funny. So all you Beetlejuice fans out there, the book on the inside is going to be the same. It's not going to be a different story. But if you want to get the first Beetlejuice book of, I imagine, many, because the sequel's coming out, you might want to start your collection here. And finishing up DC, we've got Primer Clashing Colors, number 2 of 3. If you liked number 1, want to continue reading, there's your reminder. Moving over to Marvel, we've got the Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1 second printing. So remember, not only are annuals not included in your subscription, second printings aren't either of anything. So if you like that and you're a multiple printing collector, don't forget to add that one to your list. Daredevil, Woman Without Fear, number 2 of 4. So if you're enjoying this mini-series with Elektra facing off against Punisher there, I'm sorry, I'm not going to call her Daredevil. She's Elektra. Anyway, if you like the number 1 and you want to continue reading, don't forget to add that to your pull. We've got a new line here. We have, different X-Men books. It says From the Ashes, A New Beginning. Well, now we have the Exceptional X-Men. Kitty Pryde leading a team of all new X-Men. I swear it looks like, no, there's one token guy. Used to be one token girl, now one token guy. We're just going to go the opposite end of the spectrum. Overcompensation, just like somebody driving down the road hitting mailboxes on both sides. Instead of just making a nice balanced teams. Anyway, lot of different covers in this. I don't know if I'm picking this one up or not. I'm undecided, but I did order this one, of course. It's the Exceptional X-Men number 1 Godzilla variant. Hey, you know me. I love me some G. Okay, and there is also a wraparound, and oh man, they really need to zoom in on this. And I don't think I can, unfortunately. But it's got pretty much every person who ever was an X-Men on this wraparound cover. So if you're one of those people that loves collecting those kind of books, this is a great one for you. Giant Size Thor number 1. Again, remember, it's not included in your subscription. So if you want to get that, it's, make sure that you add it to your pull list. And we've got guest starring Hercules. It doesn't look like they're fighting each other, but you never know. They might, just have a little disagreement inside the book. written by Al Ewing. Kid Venom #1, second printing, the negative space variant, Virgin variant, and this is actually a really cool looking book. It's a Virgin, which is, usually you pay extra for, but it's a straight up $4.99. It's not a ratio variant, and it's a cool one to add to your collection. Miles Morales Spider-Man Annual #1. Again, Miles Morales fans, this is not included in your subscription. Make sure that if you want to get it, you have to go on and order it, or make sure that you get to the store early, so you buy one before it gets sold out on you. Namor #2 of 8. So if you liked #1 and you want to continue reading, don't forget to add this to your pull list. And there was one homage that I thought was really cool. It's Namor by Night, of course, homage of the first appearance of Werewolf by Night. And I think it's a cool looking cover. I think there's a lot of cool looking covers this week. What can I say? Most weeks I'm unimpressed. This week I've had a smile on my face as I went through the list. Phoenix #2. If you like #1 and you want to pick up #2, don't forget we got Corsair. It's our Starjammers right there on the cover. So if you like the Starjammers too, don't forget to add that to your pull list. Predator versus Black Panther. First thing when I was thinking about this, I'm like, Black Panther will kick the crap out of him, and then I'm like, wait a minute. Black Panther is heightened fighting ability, heightened strength. I get that, but his main asset is the vibranium. And vibranium is the strongest metal on Earth. Remember, Thanos just cut right through Cap's shield in Endgame, and it's because I'm sure that once you take vibranium and you add other alloys from other planets that we don't have access to, it can make it even stronger. So I don't know what the Predator has, but we'll find out. The Scotty Young version is really, really cool. He's got the little caption there that says, I'm going to get to the chopper. That's a really great Scotty Young. And I think Scotty Young's best work is when he does, something all the way, not just a white background. And, this is pretty much black, but he just added something else for depth of field. And I really do like that cover. So hopefully you do too and you added it to your pull list. And Spider-Man Reign 2, #1 of 5 is the second printing. So if you like those multiple printings, don't forget to add that. We have the Star Wars Ahsoka #1 second printing. If you like those multiple printings, don't forget to add that. I just gotta make a little button that just keeps saying that. And we have Star Wars Inquisitors #1 second printing. If you like those printings, go ahead and add it. This one's more of a. I think the first one was not black and white, but the red stands out on this. I think it's a nice touch. And Venom War Carnage #1 series. So your Carnage and Venom fans are going to be drooling over this. And wrapping it up, we've got the Wolverine Deep Cut #1 second printing. You like those printings? I gotta stop. It's just a reminder of your multiple printings. Moving into Dynamite, I only saw one book in there, and it is Johnny Quest #1. I was never a Johnny Quest fan, but I realized it was on for years and years, and it was on for years because a lot of people liked it. There are a ton of covers on this, so don't forget to look them up. I couldn't tell you which ones were great in relation to the show. I just never watched it. It just wasn't me. So, but if you, fantastic. Don't forget to check out the Dynamite section and see all your Johnny Quests there. Barbaric versus Stalker. We're into just the generic comic companies now. So we got Vault Comics. Barbaric versus Deathstalker #1. The cover A. There was another one that was an homage to Hulk 181 on this, but it was a retailer incentive. So if you want to talk to your store about it, by all means, go right ahead and do that. But I don't put the retailer incentives up here because you can't just straight click order it. And I'm trying to put books on this list that you can go, yep, click, yep, click, yep, click. And you don't want to click something and then a couple days later you get the your store has turned this book down. We have from Distillery Media, which there's going to be 3 books on this list. That's pretty high for Distillery. Blood Brothers Mother, number 2. Don't forget the reason that the show in this format is Distillery is a prestige format, very similar to magazines. So make sure you have those special bags, boxes, backing boards, paying extra for slabs. The whole rigmarole that most of us don't want to do. It's $8.99, but the fact that they're not going away, I do know they have good stories. Okay, so you want to throw something on the nightstand or on the end table for your guests, this might be a good one. Calexit, Battle of Universal City, number 2, cover A. So if you like number 1, you want to order number 2, there's your reminder. Tabs are starting to get more manageable. Yay! Sissy, number 1 from Scout Comics. This is the 2nd printing, so forget to add that if you like your multiple printings. From Dark Horse, we have Dark Duck and Cover, number 1, the Albuquerque. Cover art there, artist inside and out, by the way. Written by Scott Snyder. From Titan Comics, we have Elric the Necromancer, number 2 of 2. So if you like number 1, you want to see how it ends, because it's only a 2-part series. Don't forget to just add this one. It's only $3.99, so only $3.99. How the market has changed. Final Fight, number 2 of 4. So all you video game comic book readers, if you like Final Fight number 1, you want to add number 2, there's your reminder. Gotcha Man Galactor, number 2 of 4. With all you Battle of the Planets fans. Me. And you want to pick up number 2 because you like number 1, don't forget to add that to your pull list. Hatchet Midnight Murders, number 1. Now, when I first saw this, I'm like, oh, okay. And then I saw American Mythology Productions. And they've been, like I said, they've been putting out some good stories lately. So I had to make sure I brought that up and said American Mythology. So all you other people that love those horror books, don't forget to add that one. The Hunger and the Dusk, Book 2, number 2 from IDW. If you liked number 1, you want to order number 2, there's your reminder. Second book from Distillery, we have Life, number 1. New 56 series debut from writers Stephanie Phillips and Brian Azzarello. They did the Blood Brothers Mother and 100 Bullets. So if you like their writing and you want to see what else they can do, remember that these books are also $9. So just wanted to point that. It's got a pretty good synopsis about what the book is about. So you'll be able to get an idea of what you're ordering before you do it, which is nice. From Dark Harbor, Scout Comics, we have Loop, number 1. Luchaverse, number 2, Catalyst. If you liked the number 1, and I heard a lot of people talking about it, so I know there's a bunch of you out there. Don't forget to add number 2 to your pull list. Don't know how long, if this is a mini-series, how long it's going for, but Massive, which is Whatnot, they put this out, and a bunch of people liked it. From Dark Horse, we have Paranoid Gardens, number 2. If you like number 1, you know the rest. Rocketeer Breaks Free, number 2. I really like that cover, though. You have to try, remember, this is set in the like, what, the 50s, 40s? So try to get something that we could recognize that was around in the 40s. The Golden Gate Bridge, so to put in perspective how old it is. It's a really cool cover. It's in black and white. I like that. So if you like the first one, you want to continue reading. Roman Ritual, number 2 from Scout Comics. Again, there's your reminder. This Little Piggy, number 1, second printing. It's not a reminder now, it's a second printing. So if you like those multiple printings, go right ahead. Dark Harbor there. We've got another one from American Mythology, and this is Tom Holland's Fright Night. And so many people love that movie. I thought it was okay. But yeah, that's like one of a lot of people's favorite movies as a kid, one to get scared to. Again, American Mythology Productions. And it's $4.99, but something I thought was interesting is there is a black and white virgin variant It's $10, but it says only 350 copies. It doesn't say it's a ratio version. So if you want, you probably could get one of these if it hasn't sold out already, if your store can get one. It's a cool looking book. And it says go get it slabbed by your favorite grading company. Well, a lot of people want to do that. I would say that would be a great book to have signed. Cover artist of Roy Allen Martinez. So find him at a show, get something written right up there. Be nice. From Distillery Media, the third book up here, we have White Boat #2. So it is a Scott Snyder story with art and cover art by Francesco Francavilla. Okay. And if you like #1, there's your reminder for #2. That's the end of the comics. But, oh man. You're going to find this in books and magazines underneath. This is Titan Comics, the Star Wars Insider. This is the foil variant. It's $20. Just saying that right now. But we got Rex's helmet. And I love that one. I think this will be the third of the Star Wars Insider foil variants that I've purchased. I got Ahsoka, and I got one other. I can't remember what it is. Couldn't have been that memorable. Anyway, I love this one. This one's I'm ordering, and I'm ordering this one in case I can get a D. Bradley Baker signature. I think that would be really cool. So, and under novelties, toys, stuff like that, you will see the Back to the Future Sports Almanac, and it's only $5.95. Now, why am I pointing this out? I have seen a lot of times people selling on eBay. I mean, you're going to have a hard time getting Michael J. Fox's autograph. I get that, but you can still get Christopher Lloyd. There's other actors that are they got to play Biff Tannen. When they sign this, and then it gets graded, it's really a premium price. Like you get a Back to the Future comic book signed by Biff Tannen, it's X amount, and you get this book signed by Biff Tannen, or the actor that played, it's twice the price. So if you are looking to try to get some of the autographs in the Back to the Future cast, this is the book that you would want to get it on, and it's only $5.95 to get it. Let's see, it measures 8 1/4 inches tall and 5. So it's a smaller size book. I guess I have a book that's about that size. If I can figure out where I put it. I'm going to pause this for a second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. As this is the last book, I'm going to bring it back to just me anyway, so this shows better. This is a book about the same size. So you get an idea of the size compared to a regular comic and how it would look inside a slab. But it looks like it's pretty close to the size of the book that was in the movie. So that's kind of cool within itself. All right. So that's the last of the books that are on this week's books of interest list. I'm sorry for it being a day late. Again, sometimes life intrudes, but I'm getting this up there before I get over to the Visions comics and games, so I can get into this week's Lorcana League. Which means I gotta get dressed because I have shorts on down here and nobody wants to see my legs. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Please don't forget to check out. Don't forget to check out going to Garrett's page for his fundraiser for Immune Deficiency Foundation. We're really trying to help support not only the Immune Deficiency Foundation, we're trying to support our family member here on the channel. Good old Stinger Buns is trying to raise money, and if you can just jump there, the link for this is in the description. We really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out Rob's Fat Stacks of Comics and the Comic Vets as we get closer to the October 4th through the 6th, I think it is, auction for comics curing cancer. Really looking forward to that. And September, Labor Day weekend, Team Ohana will be on Only Slabs on his channel, so we'll be having some fun over there too. Monday, tomorrow, we're going to be doing our live show for the Cover Price Top 20, and don't forget on Wednesdays, every single Wednesday, we have New Comic Book Day, where I talk about the books I got, I want to hear the books that you got, and we give away books every single week. And no purchase necessary, just come on in, get some books. Boom. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Until I see you in the next video, though, mahalo.